If you are over 60 and you've noticed it is getting harder to recall a name, find your keys, or remember exactly why you walked into a room, please stop blaming old age or accepting this as your inevitable future. Scientists have recently discovered that just 10 minutes of a specific daily practice can actually begin rebuilding the vital neural connections your brain has been losing for over a decade. Most people believe that cognitive decline is a one-way street. But groundbreaking new research into hippocampal density suggests that for some, that street is actually reversible. I am Dr. Ethan Whitmore, and today I am going to show you how to leverage neuroplasticity to protect your independence and sharpen your mind using methods that most standard checkups never mention. We aren't talking about crosswords or expensive digital brain games that rarely work in the real world. In this video, I will walk you through 3 science-backed practices that produce measurable changes in the aging brain, including one specific technique that requires nothing but a chair and 3 minutes of your time. The stakes for your cognitive health have never been higher, and you need to understand exactly what is happening inside your mind right now. Research from leading neuroplasticity institutes confirms that after the age of 60, the brain's primary memory center, known as the hippocampus, can shrink by as much as 1% every single year. This isn't just a natural part of growing older. It is a physical degradation that leads to the brain fog and memory lapses that cause so much anxiety. This is mainstream neurology, and the reason you haven't heard this is simple. There is no pharmaceutical pill that can force your brain to rewire itself. It requires a specific mechanical stimulus and a shift in how you use your daily environment to trigger the growth of new neurons. If you ignore these signals now, the window to effectively intervene and maintain your executive function begins to close much faster than most people realize. The first practice we need to address is something you do 20,000 times a day, but you are likely doing it in a way that is starving your brain of electrical stability. Most people assume breathing is just about oxygen, but for the brain, it is actually about creating electrical oscillations that synchronize your memory circuits. Rhythmic nasal breathing, specifically diaphragmatic breathing, acts as a metronome for your hippocampus and amygdala. When you breathe shallowly through your mouth, you keep your brain in a state of low-level stress that prevents neuroplasticity from occurring. To fix this, you should practice alternate nostril breathing for exactly 4 minutes every morning before you do anything else. This simple mechanical act forces the 2 hemispheres of your brain to communicate more efficiently, creating a stable foundation for the more complex cognitive tasks you will face throughout the day. Now, that rhythmic breathing is the foundation. But the second practice is where the science gets truly counterintuitive because it involves how you move your body. You have likely been told that walking is good for your heart, but for your brain, a standard walk is too automatic to trigger the growth of new neural pathways. To rebuild connections, your brain needs what researchers call dual tasking, which means walking and thinking at the same exact time. When you walk at a steady pace while simultaneously naming every fruit you can think of, or counting backward from 100 by sevens, you force the prefrontal cortex to forge new paths to manage the complexity. This practice should take up 3 minutes of your daily routine, and it is arguably the most effective way to improve your processing speed and prevent the cognitive slowdown that many seniors fear most. We are about halfway through this protocol, and I want to make sure you stay for the final practice because it is the one that genuinely surprises people who think they know everything about brain health. The final 3 minutes we are going to cover are what researchers call open monitoring, and it is the secret to why some 80-year-olds maintain the processing speed of someone half their age. It is often dismissed as just sitting still, but the neurological reality is far more intense and rewarding for your brain's structure. This last technique is what differentiates those who make dramatic improvements in their memory from those who continue to decline despite their best efforts. The difference comes down to a very specific way of directing your attention that you can do from the comfort of your favorite chair. And it is exactly what we are going to dive into right now. This third practice is called open monitoring, and unlike traditional meditation, where you are told to close your eyes and focus on a single point, this requires you to keep your eyes open and remain fully engaged with the world. For 3 minutes, you simply sit and observe every sound, every physical sensation, and every passing thought without labeling them or judging them. Scientists have found that this state of effortless attention is the single most reliable indicator of neuroplastic resilience in older adults because it strengthens the brain's ability to filter out distractions. By doing this, you are essentially training your brain to stay online and alert, preventing the mental wandering that leads to confusion and memory gaps. When you combine this with the nasal breathing and the dual-task walking, you create a complete 10-minute neuroplasticity circuit that addresses the brain from 3 different biological angles. To bring this all together, your 10-minute daily brain rebuild consists of 4 minutes of rhythmic nasal breathing, 3 minutes of dual-task walking, and 3 minutes of open monitoring. This isn't a quick fix or a temporary trend. It is a peer-reviewed protocol for maintaining the physical density of your brain's memory centers. Being informed is the first step toward reclaiming your independence and ensuring that your mind stays as sharp as it was decades ago. If you found this protocol helpful, you will definitely want to watch our next breakdown, where we cover the 5 specific foods that support this neuroplasticity process. I have linked that video right here to help you continue this journey of cognitive health. Please take care of your mind and stay consistent with these practices, and I will see you in the next one.